You are listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Currently on Kansas City Sports Network. It's me, Daniel, Kooser, and Christopher Wright. I got nothing fun. Well, Chris, what's up, man?
Oh, man, I'll take it. A fun weekend, man. Obviously, Father's Day, Juneteenth, a nice extended weekend.
Yes, happy Juneteenth to everyone that is now a national holiday. So that's kind of a neat, or federal holiday, right? It's kind of a neat deal. And happy Father's Day to all the KC current dads out there listening to us. So happy you're here for another week, buddy. We got a couple things to talk about today. It was a double game week as far as recording purposes go for us. Two very different games. So we're gonna run the gamut of emotions here today for you folks, because we all lived it. We know how that goes. As always, if you've yet to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, go get that done. Also, Spotify is happily taking your 5-star ratings as well. So, dude, quick side note: I am in a murder mystery this weekend. Did I tell you this?
You touched on it, but not into detail. So
yeah. It's a one-off. It's a one-night only thing. It's a fundraiser. Tickets are sold out. So if you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to get tickets, sorry. It's neat, man. It's kind of cool.
Where is it held at?
It's Peak Civic Theater.
Okay.
It's just a short little thing, and the people who guess it right are entered into like a drawing to win prizes, and the whole night they drink free booze and eat free food while a murder mystery plays out in like 7 scenes throughout the evening. So pretty neat, pretty unique, fun thing. I've only ever done it one other time. But this is the first time that Laugh Lines, our improv troupe, is a part of it. So could be fun.
You guys do a really good job. So it'll be really kind of interesting to kind of see what you guys can cook up on that.
Yeah.
Front.
It's fun. We're off during the summer, so it's nice to get back together and do a little something. Well, buddy, I guess there's no time like the present to jump into the week. We had that Challenge Cup game. We didn't get to talk about that last week because we recorded on the day of the game. I don't know what I was expecting. I certainly wasn't expecting a 4-0 thumping. But it was against Chicago. So it was definitely, you definitely assumed you'd win because they're pretty much struggling in the table, and the game's at home. So 4-0, bro. I don't even know. We just exploded. The second half was insane.
Well, let's take a quick step back. So on Wednesday, you're going through, I believe, a fast. Is that correct? I remember
it was a cleanse. I was on I was on like 1,200 calories, something like that.
Okay. And I had a long week, and then like no energy going to that game, because as we're driving up, we're both like, we're tired, we're exhausted, a midweek game, right? So after work, we came in there pretty low energy, man. And boy, do we have a surprise, right? A 4-0 explosion. And that's just like you said. When they were warming up, man, they just had a look. They just had a look about them. And I even mentioned to them, like, we're about to feast on some prey. Everybody looked serious. Everybody just looked focused. And, man, they dominated the game.
So I was out of it, man. I don't even remember Wednesday. I hardly remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. I don't remember you saying that to me. But so you saw that fight. You were like, whoa, warm-ups are looking good. Could be a hell of a game.
To be fair, I say that when they lose too, but I'll take credit. When it actually happens, I'm not going to mention it when it doesn't. But yeah, They looked really focused. They looked really good, and it certainly showed on the field.
Well, let's break something down real fast. There were a total of 30 shots in this game. We took 20. Chicago took 10. Insane. Shots on goal, however, we almost got about half those on goal. We got 9 to their 4. So this game was wildly lopsided, man, with an expected goal on our side, a 2.11. Theirs wasn't even 1. It was 0.71. So I didn't see that in the first half. I mean, the first half, I was a little nervous. I was like, it's time to shift gears here. It's time to put the pedal down, drop the hammer, if you will, and put this team out of their misery. Like, send them home. Send them home with that disappointed feeling that we've had for a long time. And boy, did they ever, man. Like, where do you even – is there even anything to talk about in the first half, in your opinion?
Yes, a couple things. So first of all, you just went over some stats, but our possession was almost 20 points higher than Chicago. When was the last time we had, a possession of almost 20 points higher, right? Never happens.
20 percentage points?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, 20
wow.
percentage points. So that never happens. But, something to talk about, Elizabeth Ball and Gautrat starting. To me, that was the biggest thing. We finished opportunities, which is what we'll talk about. You got some ghosts over there, sir.
That's me. I will mute my mic. See, when the wife, okay, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. My wife usually wrangles them while I'm on the podcast. Well, guess what? She's not home. I'm at home alone, fending for myself, burning the house down. I don't know how things work. You know what this is? I bet it's my purple carrot getting delivered. I guarantee you it's my freaking food.
So what do you do when there's spiders over there? Because I know usually you get Marissa to go chase them down and get rid of them.
Listen, you don't gotta tell people about my spider situation. No, if there's a spider, I will smash that guy. You will be smashed. I don't necessarily love to pick it up, but if I am alone, I will. But if there's another avenue, then I will ask my spouse, hey, there's a dead spider over here. You mind?
Oh.
Bad deal, man. I'm not messing around. And snakes, I've yet to have a snake in the house, and I'm not. Can you hear that, man, at all? Do you even hear the mic picking it up?
A little bit. All
right. I'm going to go kill him. Look, and then my other dog goes on hunger strike when my wife's out of town. He's like, I'm on hunger strike until mom returns. And I'm like, dude, you need to eat your food. So one time I just locked his food in his kennel, and I left for like 2 hours, and I came back, and his freaking blanket is on top of the food bowl. It's like he was like, no food. But then I removed the blanket, and it was eaten. But the bowl was also pushed closer to the bars, so I only imagine that Splinter stuck his head through the bars and ate the food.
Man, so it's just you, right? It's just you that when you're gone, they'll eat, but when you're there by yourself, no go.
I guess so, man. I guess so. It's a wild time here at the Kooser household. The woman leaves and shit goes to hell. Isn't that how it goes?
ASAP. She needs to get back ASAP.
Oh, dude, she's at an office that overlooks a beach. So I told her to take her time. That sounds marvelous.
Here you are fending for yourself. You have like a bat or a machete right next to you at all times, or
machete
to protect yourself?
What am I, in the jungle slicing vines like Indiana Jones?
Hey, you never know what you'll need, man. You never know what you'll need.
Hey, let me be the first one to say, by the way, we won this game because of Lee Win, baby. New coach, Lee Win.
You pointed that out right away. The Lee Win effect.
I mean, I don't know. It's something that happened and that was very new and topical, and I was like, well, let's just chalk it up to that. But then we lost later, so I don't know what to chalk that up to.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But dude, this we dominated this match, bro. Freaking dominated. Almost 82% passing accuracy. Like, that's phenomenal, because nothing frustrates me more than when pro athletes aren't accurate. I mean, you're paid professionally, unless you're women, you don't get paid enough. That's a whole different story we've talked about. But it's just, dude, to see 82% passing accuracy, it cannot be overlooked. I feel like that's a big deal.
I'm going to be honest, man. Like, having Gautrat back, who steadies that midfield on the kind of the defensive on the back end, she's so crucial to have back there, man. I mean, nothing really gets past her. What I love is her positioning, man. She's always where she needs to be, whether we're attacking, swinging the ball around. whether they're getting ready to counter, man, she's there, along with DiBernardo, who, has played with her whole career, a lot of it anyway, in Chicago. They have such great chemistry.
Yeah.
Man, just having them two on the field at the same time, it feels like a different team. And then that's going to be a theme, not only for this game, but for the the regular season game against Washington. But Ball, you could tell when she's on the field, the veteran leadership, the flexibility they have as a team, she goes up. She goes up because she knows what time to get, when to get back, how to cut off a passing lane. When it is Robinson and Soto, it's almost like two rookies who just don't want to fuck up, right? Like, keep it in front of you, don't mess up, and just do everything you can not to let a goal in. With Ball, the flexibility is there. She makes the whole team better. It's night and day on that defense. And that's not a knock on Soto, by the way, or Robinson. They're young, they're rookie and a trialist. It's just having that veteran leadership of Ball that really makes a difference in my mind.
100%, dude. A rookie and a trialist. You said it best. It's tough to be hard on players like that, who it's their like first time with the team or first time in the league. But Elizabeth Ball is a problem, not for us, for other teams. She's a problem, bro. And the only way I'm mad is that she's coming back from injury, so we aren't seeing her for a whole 90 minutes. We're getting her in 30-minute spurts, 45-minute spurts. Then she comes off, and our play kind of goes down. I don't like that because I don't think one player makes a team, but one player does make a pretty solid back line. It can really help back there. We're out here breaking Challenge Cup goals, by the way. What was it? All 4 goals within 15 minutes and 58 seconds, which is a Challenge Cup record. Fastest time 4 goals have ever been scored in the history of the Challenge Cup. Also, that's the largest margin of victory for KC NWSL as a club since their inception. It's their largest victory. I love it. These teams that we support, buddy, keep scoring multiple goals. I'm even throwing it into Sporting, scoring 3 and 4 times per match. And you hear the goal celebration song. And I'm just singing it like the whole way home because I just got done hearing it 19 times at the stadium. It's just fun, man. It's fun when you score goals and inevitably win the game.
Well, I mean, we got 4 goals on 9 shots on goal. So that's, a little less than 50%, right?
Yeah.
Finishing rate. That's incredible. That's absolutely, and that's what we've needed all year long. The biggest theme was we create chances, but we have not finished them. Against Chicago, we absolutely finished them, and we look great. And those, 2 of them were outside the box, or type of shots. Debinha with she put an outside the box shot in that upper 90. DiBernardo, beautiful left-footed shot. The fact that Kaiser scored off of an assist from Mimi Larson in the 62nd, a great pass by Larson, who has 3 assists now on the team. I'm going off the top of my head here. When she's in there, she makes smart decisions. And then, Debinha with that beautiful finish, which almost looked offsides, but it wasn't. So they finished two goals outside the box, 2 goals inside the box from different players. It was fantastic.
I get a little bit of schadenfreude. It's one of my favorite words and favorite feelings to ever have when we score goals on a big-time person. And Alyssa Nair is a big-time person. Big-time U.S. national team goalkeeper. Love it. And love to hate on her when she plays us. Not for the U.S. I'm going to root my ass off. I'm going to cheer my head off for her, But when she kicks the ball into the back of Michelle Cooper, as Michelle is running away, like jogging to get out of the box, not trying to be a nuisance.
Didn't even know she was in that play. Didn't even know.
Not trying to delay the game, throw her arms up, get her body in front of her, nothing. Turned around and was just jogging out of the box. And Alyssa sold it. She knew what she was doing. She kicks it into the back of Michelle and throws her arms up like, what's she doing, blocking the ball? And Michelle's like, what just happened? And the ref gives a yellow card to Michelle Cooper, an early yellow card. And I'm like, you got to be outside your mind if you think she was doing that on purpose. Like, if anything, the goalkeeper, can you give the goalkeeper a yellow for that? Because
theoretically, you could do that on every play if you really wanted to, or every opportunity.
It's like, it's not delaying a restart because she was getting outside. Was she outside the box already?
I thought she was on the line, but she was jogging away, not even knowing she was in the realm of the play or nair.
It was unbelievable. So you're telling her she should have been faster. She should have got the hell out of there. And it's like, well, it's all subjective, dude. I thought the refereeing was pretty trash, to be honest. I thought that woman had a terrible game. That seems to be the blueprint these days, though. These referees are just like, hey, how can we fuck it up? Not even playing. They just mess it up somehow. And we suffer for it. Teams suffer for it. It happens in MLS and in NWSL. And I was telling Jimmy this the other day that you just get excited when a referee has a good game. You're like, look at that. Go you.
And that's the exception, right? That's the exception.
Yeah. Because the blueprint is to be trash. That's what you got to do.
Hey, I'm a referee. I'm have trash. VAR, by the way, like how these calls these calls would be if there was no VAR. The first year of VAR obviously has hiccups, but it could have been much worse.
I love that we have VAR. I know it's not like, I don't know. I don't really talk to anybody who doesn't like it. That feels weird to not like something that's going to help the integrity of the game. But I feel that it overall helps. I only wish we could take more time and VAR more things. I mean, you can't VAR that on Michelle Cooper, obviously. It's a yellow card. If it was a red, you probably could, but I don't know. I just hate seeing one of our star strikers get a yellow card so early in the game. And now, who's arguably one of the most aggressive players on the team, has to not be so aggressive. And she kept being aggressive, dude. She was shouldering people to the floor.
Somebody off on the line and just knocked them on their ass.
Shortly after that, she did.
She
not long after.
Playing the ball, it looked like. It was.
She came in hard. If you have the ball and Michelle Cooper's coming your way, it's good. It's probably going to sound like a locomotive getting closer.
Like a tornado. You just hear something coming, man. And
you have to brace yourself because she's coming in. She's not going to truck you, but she's going to meet you at that ball. And the force alone is going to push you off the ball. You better do some spin move real fast because she's going to get it. But I couldn't believe that she was like, I know I just got a yellow, but let me go fuck this girl up real quick.
And that was not even a foul. Like nothing.
Yeah, right? I that's where I thought refereeing was trash. I was like, that seems like that's a foul, but what the hell do I know? We got people kicking balls into the backs and getting cards.
I just love that, when we had an opportunity to interview her, she said that's something that she worked on in the off season was her physicality. Like,
great
exactly.
job.
Exactly.
Applause.
And it makes me excited what else she can work on too when she gets some time off to, build up the rest of her abilities. She's a rookie, man. She's a rookie. She's doing so well.
And the finishing's there too. We all get there early enough to watch warm-ups. Watch her in warm-ups. Her finishing is class. It looks so easy the way she just puts it in the corner of the net. That little roller in the corner, just pinpoint accuracy. If she was only 100% accurate throughout the game, she'd have goals on goals, man.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about her next game, obviously, or with the Spirit recap.
Naturally. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and keep talking about this game here in just a jiff. See you in a minute.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.
Buddy, let me tell you, I got my wife FaceTiming me this morning, telling me how it's 60 degrees out there, and I'm standing outside with the dogs in 80-degree weather at 9 o'clock.
Cold-blooded, man.
Cold-blooded.
Is she rubbing it in? Is she sending pictures, just enjoying it?
Not really. I think she wants to, and I told her she can. I was like, whatever. You can go ahead, piss me off. It's no different than any other time. But man, okay. So first half happens, right?
Yeah.
It's 0-0 at the half, and something happens at halftime of this Challenge Cup game where these ladies are like, let's stop playing with our food and eat already. Let's get this taken care of. And boy, did they turn it up to 11. It was Debinha found the back of the net, man. Just what was it, 55th minute? And then sorry, I'm just kind of trying to read shit here. Haley Mace was charging down the left side of the pitch. She sends it right back to Debinha at the top of the penalty area. One touch, rocket, bro. Rocket power right into that top right corner. And you were like, I think that's it. Like, I think that's going to open the door here. And I was like, man, I hope so. We need one more because this isn't enough. And boy, with the second one, 6 minutes later, that's where DiBernardo comes in. Loose ball in the box after a corner kick. Left-footed strike right from the top of the box, man. Pass a listen there. I have Schadenfreude to the max. I'm like, oh, listen there. You suck. Except next month for the World Cup. But right now, you're the worst.
Well, what I love about DiBernardo, that's her first goal. Yeah, is a member of the Kansas City Current. And she's had some, I think so.
Hold on.
I think so. Hold on. Let me double check before
I thought we talked about that. Okay. I'm not gonna. I usually don't question you, but something. Maybe she's just taken enough shots out there to where it feels like she should have had one. You're gonna get the stats going because 2 minutes later, floodgates, baby. CC Kaiser was like, I want to play. I want to play. And she enters the freaking match. Right after she enters the match, Mimi Larson gets a pass from the Chicago back line, taps the ball forward, little through ball. CC runs onto it and just taps it right below Listen there. Easy peasy.
She just came on too, if I remember correctly. She just came on, and it was like she waited for the defense to kind of come to her, and then she dumped it off to Kaiser with a one-touch finish. It was absolutely beautiful.
Perfect. Just drawing in the defense, and Alyssa Nair comes off her line, and CC just goes bloop right underneath. Easy peasy. I do this all day.
Yep.
What'd you find? DiBernardo, has she scored?
I'm looking. I'm looking.
All right, I'm looking. Well, then Debinha was like, hey, I'm not done. I'm going to get that. I'm thinking about a brace in the 70th minute. I think I'll get that brace. So time's a run, which I think might be offsides. It was damn close. But she gets behind the defense, man, gets a ball from DiBernardo. Right-footed strike right below Alyssa Nair. Just gorgeous. Debinha broke her own record as the all-time leader in NWSL Challenge Cup goals.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So she has total 12 goals. She's the only player to score at least 3 goals in each of the last 3 editions of the Challenge Cup. No other player has more than 1 tournament with 3+ goals in league history. She's done it in 3.
Huh.
I think we have a pretty class player there. I don't know why this isn't translating to league play, but Challenge Cup, she's crushing it.
Well, she did good last year too. They won the Challenge Cup with North Carolina. So, I mean, she always has success in the Challenge Cup. Maybe it's the fact that, there's rotations going on, or, you get some younger players or players you want to get minutes, and she takes advantage of that. But it doesn't matter, man. She absolutely comes through.
100%, man. 100%. I'm happy. I'm happy with the Challenge Cup. Keeps us in the conversation, right?
Right.
What is the we're still second, right? In our group, right behind Louisville. Oh yeah.
Yep.
3 points behind Louisville. Louisville just wins, bro. I hate that we lost to them. But guess what? We've played everyone once. We got to play them all again. So if we can just beat Louisville, man, pop up there. Because what we determined is that the top seed in each group is going to go forward to the semifinals, and then the topmost second place team in the group will go forward. So like right now, that would be us. We are the second place team, and we have more points than any other second place team. Oh, you're pissing me off.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm getting mad. Getting fired up, bro. I don't know what it is. I think there's just like a car door that's shut. Guess what? The world's full of cars. Any Hoosiers.
Anyway, she does not have one in the regular season.
Okay.
And I think,
Well, here I am putting you to work for no reason.
yeah, I think it's her first goal as a member of the Kansas City Current. So, and what a big relief for her. She had some really good looks during the regular season. I believe one of them was a diving save in a close game. I can't remember which game it was, but I mean, I'm glad she got one. She totally deserves it. In my opinion, she's been one of the best players all year for the Current. So floodgates, man, floodgates.
That's it. And you're feeling like, okay, hey, this is good. This is good momentum going to Saturday. Like we need, no, it's not Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
When the hell was
Sunday.
the game?
It was Sunday.
I don't even. Dude,
Sporting was Saturday.
This shit's crazy. When you're so busy and you can't remember days, what is going on?
It's just the weekend. We just categorize it by the weekend.
Exactly. You're thinking like, wow, what momentum do we have right now? The most. Like, and you're Washington. You dropped points. Like you were in first place to start the week, but you dropped some midweek points, I believe. And so they're like, wow, Casey Current just dropped 4 at home. So let's hope that doesn't happen to us here. Well, it looked like it was going to do that. It looked like it was going to be a wonderful day. Because we had 2 goals in the first half, bro. But a game is not won in the first half. You have to come out for the second. You have to. It's so. Well, spoiler alert: we lost 3-2. Head coach Carolyn Schublum. Is that what people are saying these days? Schublum.
Yeah, we'll go with that because I don't want to try and repeat it or pronounce it. So
I've heard a million different sayings, and that's just driving me crazy. She says it's frustrating when we're so good in the first half. I think we outplayed them. The players followed the game plan fantastically. Second half, we continued the game plan. We allowed them to come in a little bit more on our side because we were tired, but I still think we should have won the game. Well, yeah, but you got to play defense. You did your job. And what do they say is the most dangerous lead in soccer? 2-0, bro. And whoever gets the next goal has that momentum. And boy, did they. They scored and went on to thump us.
Well, we definitely have to talk about the fact that we witnessed history right in front of us, because where we sit is kind of we sit in the south stand, right, when we watch it. So we watched 22 seconds in, Michelle Cooper set the NWSL record for the quickest goal. I mean, I wasn't even ready for it. It happened so quickly. I mean, we witnessed history, man. 22 seconds is hard to beat. Very hard to beat. And it was a great, I think it was a cross by Debinha in the box. It took a deflection off of a Washington Spirit player, went right to Cooper. She was calm. She collected it and finished. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's dude, fastest goal in NWSL history. Cooper said she was shocked. She thought the ball was going to come across first time, but it kind of got a little deflection in there, and you can kind of see her. She's like, "Oh shit, I got to backtrack to get that ball," and she's able to settle it and get the goal. Just fantastic start. Something I wasn't expecting, because you jump to your feet and shit is just, you go dizzy when you stand up too fast. Is that an old person thing? Does that mean I'm getting old?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Is it a vegan thing? Do I not get enough calories from things?
Maybe the fast or low iron, maybe.
Low iron. Hold on. Our Dr. Nick, our producer, is coming through. Is that a thing? Should I be taking iron pills? Because that happens sometimes, bro. I will stand up to celebrate a goal, and I will get dizzy. Literally on that one, had to hold the back of my chair because I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh,
if you remember, I was coming right off the 3-day cleanse, though.
That's true. That is true.
So shit was weird. I was feeling weird.
I mean, if you pass out and fall right over the front, I'm not gonna lie. I'll
We're gonna Amazon some iron pills right now. You don't got to tell me twice. So, dude, 23rd minute, we get another chance though to go ahead. Even
handball
further
in the box.
Handball in the box. VAR done correctly. The VAR referee was like, hey, you should probably go take a look at this. And we're like, thank you, because we just lost our voices screaming at this person down here. And it was called a penalty, man. So Debinha steps up, gets her 40th career goal, which makes her only the 12th player to hit that milestone.
Incredible. And she's, I mean, if she stays in the league, she can go forever, I feel like. So,
well, and we have her for 2 years. Is that right?
This year and next year.
Yeah. So she'll get to experience the, new stadium, which will be rocking. That'll be rocking good time. So you're up 2-0. You're up 2-0, and they get one back before halftime here, man. They get one back in the 36th minute. Ashley Hatch goes through the defenders and takes a shot from the top of the box. Cassie Miller dives, doesn't get it.
It's Sanchez. Close.
Say what?
Ashley Sanchez is the one who took the shot.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of reading from something else, so I don't know who Ashley Hatch is, but that is in my report here. It says Ashley Hatch.
Oh, I mean, Ashley's a hell of a striker on the team, so
yeah,
very easy to confuse with two Ashleys out there. But yeah, put him at the bottom corner, right? Bottom corner. That's a tough thing for anybody to stop. I want to get mad at our defense because there's like 3 players around her, which was frustrating in itself. But
it's the story of the year. Story of the year is that we crowd them and they somehow get through it. We just make these little mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit to the player. That was a hell of a shot. I want to get mad, but I don't. 9 times out of 10, I don't know if she makes that in that same situation. So
you also can't give a team like Washington Spirit a lifeline. Don't give them a bone, dude.
Right.
Because they'll take it and they'll make you pay. Like, this team has been consistently good all year. We've been consistently struggling all year. Just trying to claw back out of these depths of irrelevance at the bottom of the table. And so when you're up 2-0 on Washington Spirit, you can't give them a damn thing. And, dude, I started thinking, what a game for these traveling fans. What a game for Washington Spirit fans. I put myself in their position. I've gone to a lot of away games. And there is nothing better than celebrating a victory on someone else's field. And to see a comeback like that, I mean, bro, we've been part of comebacks. We've seen them. It's just the feeling is it's unmatched.
Yeah, it's just tough, man, because in that moment we're up 2-0, 2-1, right? Like, I'm thinking 3 points, right? We're looking good. Everything's clicking. I'm thinking 3 points. Worst case scenario, 1 point, right? That was what was in my mind. But, in the first half, good draw and ball started.
Yep.
And
then what happened? They came off at halftime.
And then Washington had their way with us. A goal in the 38th, right before half. And then the second half, Washington just took over the game. We had some opportunities, but it was kind of a night and day situation in terms of possession and quality chances, or at least that's what it felt like when we were watching it. But, buddy, in the 82nd, man, that header right between Robinson and Soto, Washington scored off of a header, which kind of broke our heart because it was right in front of us. And that moment, man, I'm like, please hold on to 1 point. Please hold on to 1 point, because Washington is obviously a really good team. If we can take a point from them, I'd be happy with that.
Sure. You gotta, but it's also home team. Like, it's a home game, so you kind of expect you want to win those games. So to think that, and to think you just gave up that lead, like, it's just such a sour taste. And now that you took off Elizabeth Ball, you just kind of knew things were gonna. I don't know, man. How is Elizabeth Ball the freaking glue of this back line? Like, does she matter that much? I think the answer is yeah. And the only good thing is we could potentially see her play 60 minutes this weekend. Probably start and probably leave at the 60-minute mark. That's great.
I think we don't have a choice. I think we try to give players time to get back. obviously you don't want to risk an injury. You don't want to get them back too soon, but we're at the point to where, man, we just need them on the field. Just need them on the field.
You'd love to play her 90 minutes, but it's just not feasible. Could re-aggravate something. Like, you got to ease back in. I get it. I'm selfish. Whatever. Washington had 3 shots on goal and scored all 3 of them. Like, what a 100% conversion rate, man. Like, that's not great. Now, were they pretty unsavable? Yeah, they were really good shots. Cassie Miller didn't have a chance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, you want your goalkeeper to at least have a save on the night, or it doesn't even really feel like they played. But in this sense, she couldn't get one. They scored all 3 of them.
That shot in the bottom left corner from Sanchez, the header right in front of her. Like, you, as a keeper, you cannot react quick enough unless they hit it at you. You cannot react quick enough to make a play on the ball. That was a hell of a header. And on the 3rd goal in the 87th, man, like, we thought she was offside. She wasn't, and she just had a point blank look. Tara McEwen. So
I know, dude.
Devastating.
Okay. I got a little extra commentary on this game. We do got to step away for a quick break real fast. When we return, I'm going to get real. See you in a minute.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.
Oh, Christopher.
Get real, buddy. Get real. I want to hear it.
I had to check myself for a minute. I had to do a little introverted thinking, a little inward reflection. There are so many different kinds of people in this world, and there are so many different kinds of football fans, soccer fans, whatever you want to call it. And I realize that the sport is different with gender. And let me explain. Because women's soccer, it's a win to have 12,000 people show up. It's a win to continue the sellout or have the highest World Cup women's viewership, in the region. So I want to be mad because I'm competitive at heart. So I'm that kind of guy. I'm not aggro, like I'm not ready to fight, but I am competitive and I do not like to lose. And we're losers right now. And so at first I'm mad. I'm mad and I get it. And I want the players to be mad too. I want to see a little bit out of that. And then I started thinking, you know what? They don't pay these women enough to be mad. They don't pay these women enough to view this as their life. Maybe some of them are different. Maybe some of them are mad, but it's a job. Soccer is not life for everyone. Despite what, Danny Rojas says on Ted Lasso, football is not life to everyone. And so I started thinking, I need to check myself, man, because sports is not life. This is a children's recess game, and we get so freaking mad over it sometimes. And I just want to make the playoffs. Maybe my mood will enhance, but overall, women's soccer as a whole and the growth, that's winning. And I should be able to just be okay with that instead of some measly little 3 points right now. You know what I mean?
I think you're looking at the big picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you should view it, right? We're not always going to have a deep run in the playoffs every single year. Injuries are going to happen, but I think you're absolutely right, man. Everything is growing in Kansas City in terms of women's soccer. The league's growing. We have a lot to be happy and a lot to be positive about. And it's easy to lose in the 87th minute when we desperately need 3 points. But sometimes you just got to sit down, remember that soccer is not life for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we can't impose that on other people, right?
I know.
Tough.
I mean,
it's tough.
I want my initial thought is to be angry and want change or something. Not really within the club, because the game day experience is unmatched. I'm having a blast when I'm there, but just in the technical direction of the team is it injuries? I mean, when we get everyone back, are we just going to start winning all of a sudden? I don't know if a coaching change needs to happen. I don't know when that moment is that we need to start asking those questions, but I need to step back and say, dude, this is a child's game. We are having fun. They aren't making nearly enough money to be as mad as some people get about it. And there are people out there. Some people are just like, hey, great game. We'll get them next time. And then there's people that are like, fuck that, fire the coach. I fall somewhere in between there. I got a little bit on both sides. I'm upset, but I can also see this side as well. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think as a fan, as a player, anybody else, man, mental health is so important. And if these players, we don't see them in the back crying or yelling or frustrated, right? We just see them on the field. We see them
socials.
Yeah, or socials. Yeah, we see what they want us to see or what they allow us to see, and that's perfectly fine. But it's one of those things, like, I don't want these players to take it so seriously that they go into a depression or, it really affects their mental health. And same for the fans, right? So I'm a half glass full kind of a guy. I just love to be there with my friends, watching world-class soccer in front of us, and just us to have that opportunity. I feel like we're winning already. Now, do I want them to go on a run? Absolutely. But, we don't want them to be paid as little as they are relative to what they should be, and be so hard on themselves that it makes their life tough.
Well, here's the deal. We're going to be mad. We're going to be players. They're going to be mad coming into this weekend against Orlando Pride. They're down in Orlando. They're going to be pissed. They didn't get shut out at home. Okay. It's not like they got smoked 3-0. They scored 2 great goals and then just folded in the second half. Couldn't put together a complete game. Story of the year. Can't put together a complete game. That's it. That's what's happening every time. Turn around. If it's going to happen, dude, it has to happen right here at Orlando. We're running out of real estate, man. The season's only so long. Not many more chances to see everyone at home. Going to have a little World Cup break, some more Challenge Cup time. You're going to lose maybe your best player in Debinha because she's going to go play for Brazil. We're not losing anyone to USWNT. So that's something. The roster came out today. We'll just have to see what happens, man. Something I do want to mention, the NWSL summer transfer window opens later this month, June 28th. And it's open for almost a month. Closes on July 25th. There was a rumor that players have been asking for trades. It was a rumor. That rumor was also shut down. Now, when I say shut down, I mean like Daniel Sperry asked the coach if that was happening. Is a coach going to tell you the truth on that? If it is happening, is she going to say, yeah? No, she doesn't want that problem in the clubhouse. What is this, baseball? She doesn't want that problem in the locker room. She doesn't want the fans to worry. So, yeah, she needs to shut it down. She needs to say, no, that hasn't happened. It's possible that it has. When your team's low like that, and maybe you're not getting the kind of playing time or being played on the field where you think you deserve, you might ask for a trade. Do you believe it? Do you believe what the coach says? No? You take every coach for what they're worth, or do you kind of question that?
I mean, I question it, and that's not a knock on her, by the way. It's just, what is she gonna say, right? If she said something like, yeah, some players have asked for some trades, they want more time. I mean, that's just opening a floodgate for criticism, for rumors. Like, no team wants to have to deal with that. So do I believe it? Probably. I mean, I could see Franch maybe wanting to go somewhere. I
absolutely believe that. That's a huge point.
I think maybe Chardonnay might want to go somewhere. I know she's, likes to be here with Loetta, but, she's not getting a whole lot of playing time. And we're getting players coming back from injury. So, I believe it. I just hope it's more of a, like, I want playing time, not I'm unhappy here.
Sure.
That's what I hope, if that is the case.
I sometimes view those like press conferences as pro wrestling because you're told what they want you to hear. you're told to react how they want you to react. All these press conferences, do you know how much extensive training players and coaches go through so they can not be idiots at a press conference, so they can not do or say something stupid? Like, there's trainings before the season even starts and probably ongoing maintenance trainings throughout the season. I don't know. But I think of it in Peter Vermeer's case when he says there's no talks about Alan Pulido going back to Mexico. I call bullshit. I feel like if it's being reported, there's probably some talks and you're lying to us so we don't lose our shit because we're going to lose arguably our best player on the team. So I 100% think there are trade talks happening. If they're not, great. I hope there's not, but I do think there might be. And you said French, and I could assume that is probably the case as well.
Yeah, that's just the one that comes off the top of my head the most, for obvious reasons.
Someone who was in the national team as potentially the third string goalkeeper going to Australia and just fell out of favor because she probably stopped getting playing time for her club team. What national team's going to call in a bench player?
And I'm going to touch on this real quick. I mean, we're 46 minutes running, man. We got some more road here.
Oh,
but when you take a look, I'm going to use this example. Alyssa Nair, right? Starting goalkeeper for the national team. She has conceded more goals than anybody else in the league. Why? Her defense. Yeah. Her defense has been rough, and she has not been able to overcome the amount of shots on goal that happen throughout a game.
She gets amazing saves, by the way. Saves she does get, you're like, okay, she's a class keeper. How do you beat that?
She's the most humble person too, man. She doesn't want any credit. I love her, just not when we're playing her.
But she kicks people in the back, bro.
that she does. But they can only do so much. And I feel like France initially had Soto and Robinson right off the bat with no veteran leadership in that, with the center backs, on the field. So I don't think she was set up to succeed. I think she's a victim of that. It doesn't help that you have a couple of own goals that hit off the post in the back of your head, So I really do feel bad for her. I think she's better than what people probably think she is right now, but she lost out on a huge payday had she been able to maintain her starting spot. So,
yeah,
I can see her wanting to go somewhere.
It's frustrating. I mean, she, who knows, man? Who knows what's going on? But is there a record for how long the season has gone on without a team earning a draw? Because I don't know. Am I making too much of that? Because I know other teams have at least one draw. Looks like two teams have one, and we have nothing. Is that just is that weird? Am I just being weird?
No, I think it's a little, pet peeve of yours that I think you like to talk about, but I think it's interesting. I don't know how to look that up, but
you make one of those losses a draw, and we're tied for last place.
Yeah. I mean, if we tie this last game, we're anyway. Yeah, we can go on and on about that.
Okay, so this weekend you have Orlando Pride. And this team is inconsistent at best. Their goal differential is right around ours, -9. Ours is -10. Their form has been largely losses like ours. They've only won one more game than us. This game is there for the taking. I mean, it's not going to do much to the standings to get a win, but we got to help our Pride by beating the Pride. See what I did there?
I love it. I like it.
I don't know. I'm not confident enough to make a prediction. I just think something's got to give here. You got to show up and get pissed. You got to be mad with the way you let Washington back into that game. Because at the end of the day, you let that happen. Your defense didn't shore things up, wasn't concrete enough, and you got to get mad. Now's the time to get mad.
Well, absolutely. They're ninth place with 13 points. Like you mentioned, the goal difference is really, really similar. They beat the Washington Spirit, lost to Chicago, lost to Houston, beat Portland, and then lost to the Courage. Well, Courage are a good team, but it just goes to show you that they're a Jekyll and Hyde team, and you don't know what you're going to get. They are towards the bottom in goals per match. but they're unbeaten in their last 4 home games. So it's going to be tough. And we're not great on the road. We have not had a road point at all. Over halfway through the season, not even had one road point.
Now's the time, dude.
Now's the time, man.
It has to happen because I'm tired. I'm tired of losing. It's not a great feeling for the fans, and it certainly can't be a great feeling for the players. They can't be happy with it. You got Marta, Debinha's good friend Marta on the team. Adriana, where's she play?
Brazil. She's Brazilian. So
okay. So yeah. Debinha's friends and fam here. She knows them. And defender Kylie Strom.
Yeah.
So they're unbeaten in their last 4 home games.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well for us.
But we did beat them earlier this year at home. So we've done it. We just got to do it again, man. We just got to do it again.
And when we did it, I remember we were like, don't read too much into that. It's Orlando. We'll take the points, but don't read too much into it. So, you want to do a quick touch on women's national team?
Sure. As you mentioned, no current players. Debinha is only current player going for Brazil. Is there anything that surprises you here on this World Cup roster? And we could go over it, but I'm sure everybody by now has looked at it. Savannah DeMello, by the way, she had the best stretch, I think, leading up to the World Cup, and anybody in the NWSL absolutely played her way on the team.
Yeah, and we were part of that. We were part of that great stretch, and we were victims of that great stretch.
We helped her. We helped her. Yeah,
it was not good. Should I be surprised that Julie Ertz is in there? Is that weird?
No, I think
she's doing well. Wasn't she injured? Like, people love her, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Is she even doing anything?
She's so good at her position, and I think that where she is on the national team, she fits a very unique need, and she's really good at it. And I think she's one of Vlatko's favorites. So that's not a surprise. A little surprise Alyssa Thompson made it, as being young as she is, but kind of not really. Lynn Williams. Yeah, Lynn Williams, by the way.
Listen, that's a story.
Yes.
That's a story. Lynn Williams, who was completely injured, had nothing going on for her, was with us. We traded her away. She's arguably having the best time of her life, best time of her career, scoring goals right and left, just bangers on bangers, and gets her way back into the national team. She's in favor again with the national team. I just think that's awesome. I'm not having FOMO here. I'm not mad at it. It's just it's unfortunate that she doesn't play for us.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, comparing Cooper and Lynn right now. That's so hard.
They're not the same. I don't think they're the same person.
Well, let's look at 3 years. Let's take 3 years of a time span of a sample size, and then we can make any determination. So
we were taking Michelle Cooper in hopes that, like, let's see what we can make you. Like, we weren't saying like, hey, you're freaking veteran caliber right now. It was an investment, and you sign her on a rookie deal, and it's a long one, and see what happens.
You're absolutely right. You touched on it. That Cooper came in and signed a rookie contract. I mean, she got paid probably really well, but it's still a rookie contract. We got her for 3 years. Lynn Williams was a last year on her deal, and she was about to get paid if she played well, and she did. So she got paid quite a bit. That gave us the flexibility to have, 2 years of additional funds or resources we can shift around to try and help the team. So it's not apples to apples here. But like I said, I love that story. Lynn Williams, it's fantastic. I'm really happy for her.
It's awesome, man. And of course, you got Sophia Smith in there, and Trinity Rodman, who we, didn't mention that Croy Soto had a hell of a one-on-one stop against Trinity.
Absolutely.
She's a little pest, by the way. Trinity Rodman. She's a little frustrating.
I don't want to make the comparison too much, but she's kind of like her dad in the way, like in Dennis Rodman, like around the rim, he is a nightmare to deal with. Around the box, Trinity is a nightmare to deal with. She's, Rodman was called a pest all the time. All the time.
Man. They were part of, NWO, baby.
her father is in the NWO. That's
right.
how we talk about that. But
no one knows what the hell's going on. A lot of wrestling fans here. No,
New World Order.
Good
too
grief.
sweet. But anyway, no surprises really. It all kind of makes sense. There's a couple players that got left out. I feel bad for, but
well, I'm a fan of this team regardless. Yes. I'm a fan. I'm excited to cheer and watch all the freaking games, dude. I'm also excited to watch the Brazil games. I will be a Brazil fan as well.
Yeah.
Unless they come up against USA, so.
They're kind of a surging underdog. People are not giving them the credit, but I know we're wrapping things up here. I want to throw a couple things at us. So I was talking to somebody, Christian, on Twitter, and he brought up a good point that last year to make the playoffs, I want to say it was like 35, 36, 33 points. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But to make the last spot in the playoffs, we would have to go 7-3. Right, we'd have to go 7-3 or some variation of that and for points. And I looked at the schedule real quick, and we play Portland on the 1st, July 1st, and then we play Louisville, I want to say on July 7th. Now we have a national team game on July 9th. So they're going to miss some national team players. So when we play Louisville, they're going to be without DeMello. And depending on when they report to camp, or if maybe Portland doesn't want to play their national team players for injury reasons, Portland may be without Dunn, Sophia Smith, and stuff like that. So right. We could play them. I don't want to say at their weakest, but
No, that's points, baby. You got to pick up those points. You got to take advantage of you got to kick them when they're down,
And then coming back, we play right off the World Cup break. We play OL, who may be resting some of their players.
True.
So I don't know on the timing, but that could help. But we'll be without Debinha.
That's sports for you, though, dude. If you got a rookie left back, where do you think the team's going to attack you?
Yeah.
On your left side. Like, it's coming. They're going to test that young player the whole time. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen to Croy Soto and Gabby Robinson. Sorry. And they've had to really grow up fast to fit into this team. Quick side note, dude, my work is doing like an Australia themed summer extravaganza because of the World Cup. And I'm like, wow. I'm at a cool place that they are paying attention to women's soccer that way. I just think that's awesome.
That's cool.
I got a little squishy alligator stress ball. It was just on my desk one day. Yeah, super fun. I was like, blimey, crikey. Hey, you want to get out of here? This is one of our longest podcasts. Had a lot of fun with you, but I got to kick you out.
I mean, I could stay forever, but yeah, we'll probably annoying people at this point. But
it's all right, man. Hey, this is fun. When you got two games to talk about, it's always fun. World Cup's right around the corner. That's got me very excited to watch as much soccer. All I can think about is I need more TVs in my house. So if I have to walk to other rooms, it's still on. I'll take care of that. Don't worry. Wife's out of town. I'm off to buy a TV. She comes back. I got that bitch.
Big TV.
I got that bitch mounted.
That's what you do when your wife leaves, right? You make some decisions that you probably shouldn't be making.
I mean, I bought shoes. That's just everyday shit for me. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. This podcast means nothing without having you here. We don't even care about doing it if no one's listening. So thank you. Let us know what you love. Hit us up at nootherpod@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter. I wouldn't recommend it. At Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. You can follow us. We don't need your follows. We don't desire your follows, but we'll take them. At No Other Pod as well. And yeah, until next time. Well, he's Chris. I'm Dan. We love the hell out of you. See ya.
Thanks for watching this production of KC Sports Network, the fastest growing sports media network in Kansas City. Check out these videos that feature our team of more than 15 former players, insiders, and analysts bringing you the best Chiefs coverage you can find. Entertain, Educate, inform. KC Sports Network.